You're watching Truth versus Hype. We have come to Mumbai to cut through the fog of confusion surrounding the ban on the sale of meat during the Jain fasting period. Is the ban a BJP creation, as everyone initially thought? Or was it something that stretched back across governments? If so, why the confusion? Was it simply liberal bias? Or was it also because the ban was never really enforced? And does that let the BJP off the hook? Or are they equally guilty of playing the politics of parochialism? The meat ban outrage, kicked off by news reports, amplified via hashtags, and then spilling offline.
This is not about religion, this is about freedom, because you can't use state machinery to impose your sentiments on others.
The perception that this was a BJP decision was not entirely unfounded. Just days ago, the BJP-led municipality in the suburb of Mira-Bhayander extended the ban to 8 days for the same reason. And 6 months ago, the state government extended the already existing ban on beef to include bullock. And it's no secret that the Jain community has always had close ties to the BJP.
But very quickly, it turned out that the meat ban has a complex political lineage. To set the record straight, the Mumbai Municipal Corporation sent us this 2014 notice issued very much during Congress rule, which imposed a ban of 4 days. Now, if you look at it closely, it suggests that the ban was based on 2 BMC notices of 1964 and 1994, which led to a ban of 2 days during Paryushan. Not only that, the state government, again the Congress NCP state government in 2004, again issued a notice which led to another ban of 2 more days, making 4 in all. Jain trusts that have been at the forefront of demands say the scope and duration of the ban has gradually increased.
Earlier it was a slaughterhouse being kept closed on these 2 days, then 3 days and then 4 days. And last 1 or 2 years the closure of meat shops also got added, because what happened was the spirit of non-violence, observance of non-violence is defeated if the sale is permitted.
Why did not you raise any question at that time?
The Congress at first tried to downplay its role.
I do accept that there was a provision in the past, but that provision was to close down slaughterhouses in Mumbai during the Paryushan festival.
I must correct you, it's not just to stop slaughter, it is also to stop the sale of meat. And incidentally, both times these notifications were issued just before assembly elections in Maharashtra in September 2004 and August 2014.
Suppose Congress party has taken a wrong decision, then what is the point in continuing this madness? This government must stop it. This government must take a decision that whatever decision was taken earlier was wrong. Now, once they have taken a decision and then when they are caught, they are blaming Congress party to save their skin.
But Mr. Nirupam, isn't this a bizarre argument saying that you made a mistake, they shouldn't repeat it? I mean, this is just double standards.
See, it is not a double standard because that order must have been released in the past, but it was never enforced. Yes, we all accepted the slaughterhouses should be closed for 2 days. For the first time, they are enforcing the meat shop ban. That's why we are protesting it. And if BJP is not ready to own it up, its own decision, and if I am opposing it, you are calling it a funny argument. What can I do now?
In Nirupam's answer lies a clue to why there was so much surprise to the news of the ban, which till now has appeared to be more about just passing a decision, but not fully enforcing it. A half-baked attempt to strike a balance between communities.
What the ban effectively does is add 2 or 3 or 4 days to the list of government holidays at the BMC-run Devnar abattoir, the main source of meat supply to the city. Even though the sale of meat is also banned, private shops like these say it was never really enforced. So earlier also, because this ban apparently has been going on for so many years, was there ever any time when you were told that on these days you have to shut the shop?
कभी ऐसा नहीं था.
ऐसा कभी BMC बुला के बोलती थी कि इन दिनों में आप दुकान नहीं खोल सकते? कभी नहीं. Suppliers would simply get around the Devnar closure by stocking up extra.
In fact, the way it used to happen is our meat suppliers or seafood suppliers would say, "Saab, you know, ये ban अभी होने वाला 2-3 दिन के लिए, तो आप please थोड़ा extra खरीद लो." and and we sort of process it and put it into storage here.
On the first day of the ban under the BJP, nothing appears to have changed. So we are here on Muhammad Ali Road, which is in the heart of Mumbai, and as we can see around us, there are a lot of butcher shops which are operating, even though this is technically supposed to be the first day of this meat ban sale. So Nasir, you have a meat shop, ये आपके रिश्तेदार हैं, Raees bhai, इनका भी meat shop है. How is this working? Was there any intimation from the BMC that today is a day you have to shut the shop, anything? No.
कुछ भी नहीं था. There was no intimation.
Not far away at the local office of the BMC, officials sit unconcerned. So the circular that the BMC officials gave us say that quite clearly, whether it's government-controlled meat shops or private ones, there should be flying squads that check if they're staying open during the ban days and action taken against them. But clearly, that's not the case this year as well. In fact, the BMC-run Crawford Meat Market right next door is open. But here they say that the ban might be old, but things are not the same.
मैं बताया ना 25% भी हमारा बिजनेस नहीं रहा, कस्टमर्स हमारे नहीं आ रहे, मोस्टली हमारा बीफ पे हमारा बिजनेस था, बीफ बैंड हो गया तो उसके बाद तो हमारा बिजनेस खत्म ही हो गया ऑलमोस्ट, जो थोड़ा बहुत रहा तो उसमें भी ये 4 डेज का बैन 8 डेज का बैन में वो भी खत्म हो गया हमारा.
वैसे आपको बफलो का जो अलाउ कर रहे थे बफ का, उससे कोई बिजनेस हो रहा है?
नहीं, बहुत
इतना बिजनेस में नहीं है.
पब्लिक बीफ भी प्रीफर करती है, पब्लिक जो है बीफ भी प्रीफर करती है.
अच्छा,
बस ये जो है बफलो का जो हमारा सप्लाई अप्लाई का जो होटल से काम है हमारा, उसमें हो जाता है. वैसे रिटेल हमारे कस्टमर सब खत्म हो गए.
Voices that suggest the backlash against the BJP is not entirely misplaced. The ban on bullock slaughter, a decision entirely of the BJP government, has hit hard. As Bakrid approaches, the charge of double standards has become sharper.
बोलने का मतलब ये है सर कि इस तरह का जो ये है एक तरफा है काम. मीरा भाईंदर पे 8 दिन का बंद रख दिया है, यहाँ पे 4 दिन का बंद रख दिया है. तो फिर ठीक है, हमारे आने वाले त्योहार में 3 दिन की उसको पाबंदी हटाना पड़ेगी हुकूमत को.
तो आप कह रहे हो कि एटलीस्ट उन 3 दिनों के लिए
हमारे को बैल का परमिशन देना चाहिए. मच्छी और अंडे पे बैंड नहीं है, ये क्यों? सिर्फ हमारे ऊपर ही क्यों बैंड है? क्या हम लोग ने क्या कर रखा है? हम लोगों ने जैन कम्युनिटी से हमारा क्या ताल्लुक है? कोई लेना देना नहीं हमारा उस पर जैन कम्युनिटी से, तो हमारे मीट मटन पे ही क्यों आते हैं लोग?
The sale of fish not impacted in any way. Fish has never been part of the ban, a glaring anomaly. The Koli community, politically well backed.
अभी तक वो लोग ने मटन के ऊपर रखा है, हाँ. फिश के बारे में कुछ बोल नहीं रहे, लेकिन लास्ट में ये बोलेंगे कि मटन मच्छी में ये फिश आ जाते हैं. हाँ. अभी क्या मालूम है, हमारा कम्युनिटी बहुत बड़ी है, हाँ. मुंबई में, और मुंबई में बड़ी कम्युनिटी है कि उसका नाम नहीं लेने का, क्योंकि हम लोग एजिटेशन करेंगे. और जो मुसलमान ज़्यादा करके वो लोग मटन बेचते हैं, उन लोग का ज़्यादा बड़ा आंदोलन नहीं होगा, तो इसके लिए हम लोग अलग रख के तुम्हारा हम बंद नहीं कर रहे हैं. हाँ. लेकिन असलियत में वो 2 दिन बंद रखने वाले, पुलिस आएंगे वो दिन बंद करो करेंगे.
When we asked Jain groups why they don't push for a ban on fish, they had no answers.
The fish and poultry is not enforced, but there is no logical answer to that. That why only large animals, or why only mutton or beef or meat only, and not poultry and fish.
I think it's as archaic as those liquor permits. I mean, they have no meaning, no significance today, but they are just there. I mean, these are some archaic rules which need to be abolished sooner than later. Where are you living in a ban Raj or a permit Raj?
The idea is, that we are positioning India to be a secular force, and then you land up doing all these things. It's a wrong signal that we're actually sending out to the international market also.
These anomalies, while suggesting that the ban predates the BJP, doesn't let the ruling party off the hook. In fact, instead of trying to reverse such self-serving archaic restrictions, the BJP is seeking to widen their ambit. About 15 miles north of Mumbai, the suburb of Mira-Bhayander, it is the headlines of the 8-day meat ban passed by this BJP-led municipality, which was the genesis of outrage over the Mumbai meat ban. Senior BJP leaders sought to treat Mira-Bhayander as an isolated instance.
Do you need these bans in cities like Mumbai?
Of course we don't require.
Informally, they tell us it was a unilateral decision taken by its dynamic MLA Narendra Mehta, a Jain, who powered the BJP to victory in the municipality for the first time last year. helped by the substantial 5.6% Jain vote.
I personally feel, and BJP's stand is also clear, that Constitution doesn't demand that anybody should be stopped from eating something which legally he is entitled to.
Then why don't you scrap it?
And therefore the Supreme Court, what Supreme Court says, that corporation passes a resolution. The government and BJP can't come into the shoe of a corporation.
No, but why in Mira-Bhayander then did your people move such a
The
resolution?
people demanded there, and therefore this has been resolved in the House where, let me correct, though this has been ruled by a BJP, in that House all political parties has participated into that debate.
But the BJP mayor says they are sticking to their 8-day demand. गीता जी, आप मीरा भयंदर की मेयर हैं. कुछ खबर आई थी कि आपने जो 8 दिन का बैन लागू किया है, आप उसको 2 दिन में रोल बैक कर रहे हैं. क्या ऐसा सही है?
जी हाँ, ये कमिश्नर ने डिसीजन लिया है और मैंने उनसे ये जवाब मांगा है कि शासन से कोई ऐसा निर्णय आया हो आपको या 2 दिन बंद रखना है तो आप मुझे बताएं. वो आयुक्त ने उसने कल सभी शॉपकीपर्स को नोटिस दिया है कि आपको 2 दिन बंद रखना है, इसलिए ये असमझ की स्थिति बनी हुई है.
तो ये जो कमिश्नर ने वहाँ किया है, आप इसको चैलेंज करेंगी?
नहीं, कमिश्नर के पास पावर नहीं है. उन्होंने ये निर्णय शासन को भेजा है कि हमें उन पे निर्देश दिए जाए, लेकिन उनका ये कहना है कि तब तक जो महाराष्ट्र के लिए जीआर है वो उन्हीं पे कायम रहेंगे और जीआर के अनुसार 2 दिन का बंद डिक्लेयर किया है उन्होंने.
But despite the BJP's claim that the 4-day ban in Mumbai is simply a repeat of the past, their cooperator in the BMC introduced a proposal in the House to extend the ban to 8 days. But given the Shiv Sena's majority in the corporation, that did not come to pass.
आप पिछले साल भी गए थे वो BMC के पास 8 दिन के बैन के लिए.
हाँ जी.
अच्छा, तो क्या हुआ था लास्ट ईयर एक्सेप्ट नहीं हुआ था?
नहीं, लास्ट टाइम 2 दिन बढ़ा के दिए थे ना.
अच्छा, आपने मांग किया था लेकिन 8 दिन के लिए.
वो तो नॉर्मल मांग तो 8 दिन की होती है
जी.
उसमें ऐसा था कि जीआर जो था वो स्टेट गवर्नमेंट का जीआर 2 दिन के लिए है. और सुप्रीम कोर्ट का एक वर्डिक्ट है कि जिसमें
नहीं, वर्डिक्ट का तो मालूम है, बट यही चेक करना था कि आप इस साल भी आप 8 दिन के लिए गए थे.
हाँ, डिमांड 8 दिन की थी. वो विश्व अहिंसा संघ है, उन्होंने डिमांड की थी, हम उनके साथ.
आप लोग बीजेपी के लोग भी गए थे उनके साथ?
हाँ.
इस प्रकार से अपने धर्म की, अपनी श्रद्धा की बात दूसरे के ऊपर थोपना, दिस इज ए काइंड ऑफ रिलीजियस टेररिज्म. ये है और ये नहीं होना चाहिए इस देश में.
Sensing an opportunity, the BJP's allies have hit back.
देखिए, गीता जैन क्या बोलती है, मेयर क्या बोलती है, वहां के एमएलए क्या बोलते हैं, वो छोड़ दे, वो भूल जाइए आप. अगर लोगों को मीट खाना है तो उनको मीट मिलेगा. कैसा मिलेगा, क्या मिलेगा, आप देखते रहिए.
लेकिन संजय जी, मुंबई में तो सेना की म्युनिसिपैलिटी है, तो आपने उसको फिर अलाउ कैसे किया?
जरूर, मैं आपकी बात में मानता हूं कि शिवसेना, बीजेपी या शिवसेना की वहां कंट्रोल है, लेकिन मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूं ये एक पुराना राज्य सरकार का आदेश है और उस वजह से सब चल रहा है. 1 दिन की 2 दिन की बात शायद मान भी लेते हैं, लेकिन 10 दिन 15 दिन 20 दिन ये नहीं चलेगा.
Behind the Shiv Sena's aggressive challenge is not just its strained relations with the BJP, but also taking on the BJP's implicit role in the volatile dietary politics of Mumbai. Little wonder that the MNS is out on the streets selling meat in defiance of the ban. And the Sena targeting the Jains, part of its proxy war with the BJP.
1991-92 में जब मुंबई में दंगे हुए थे, तब सभी जैन भाइयों का रक्षण हमने किया था. तब भी हिंसा हुई थी ना, तब अपने हिंसा का समर्थन किया है. तब हमने हमारा अभिनंदन किया है कि भाई आपके वजह से बाला साहब के पास ये सब लोग उस वक्त आए थे. बाला साहब को चरणों में स्पर्श करके कहा था कि बाला साहब आप थे, आपके शिव सैनिक थे, इसलिए हमारे जान माल की रक्षा हो गई, हमारी बहू बेटियां बच गई. वो भी हिंसा ही थी भाई साहब. तो हिंसा की बात आप छोड़ दीजिए.
But the virus of the ban appears to be spreading. Haryana asked all slaughterhouses to shut for 9 days for the first time. Chhattisgarh has banned the slaughter and sale of meat for 8 days.
I don't think such a situation exists anywhere, and this is growing by the day, and this has everything to do with vote banks, politics, and creation of dissension between the community and dividing the community, polarizing the community on the basis of religion, on the basis of habits, on the basis of what food you eat and so on. And this is divisive for the city, for the state, for the country as a whole.
See, basically Jain community believes in non-violence.
Coming up, how did a ritual of ahimsa stoke the fear of violence?